George, the purpose of this interview is to kind of let people know who George Brown is before you take office, and also a little bit more, hopefully, about what you're planning for the city.
Sure.
So first, could you tell us a bit about your family?
Sure. I was born and raised in Wilkes-Barre, as was my wife, and it's a traditional story. My wife and I met each other in high school, and we were juniors in high school, and she was the cheerleader. I tried to be the football player, and we met each other, and we started dating when we were 16 years old. Oh, sorry. Should I turn that on? Sorry, folks. Turn it off. Anyway, we started dating when we were 16 years old, and we've been together ever since. So, kind of a corny story, but it's true. We have 3 children that we raised in South Wilkes-Barre, and 2 girls and a boy, Heather, Amy, and Chris, and thank God they're all doing well. We have 4 grandchildren, Sydney, Mackenzie, Carson, and Cole, and basically that's how we met, was in high school, and that's how we raised our family. My wife is a retired nurse, she's a registered nurse, and worked in a particular field for 35 years before she retired. So she retired a year or 2 ago, and just doing the grandma thing, watching the kids and stuff. So.
Can you tell me about your parents? Any siblings?
Yeah, my parents, hardworking people. My mom was a LPN. My dad worked in factories as a factory worker and worked his way up into different positions, but hardworking people. I'm on the board of directors, vice president of the Veterans Parade Board of Directors, and the reason I'm on that board is because of my dad. My dad was a very good athlete in high school, and he was actually offered a scholarship to play sports in college. He turned it down at 18 years of age and went in the Marine Corps and fought in the South Pacific at 18 years old, fighting the Japanese in the South Pacific. And he was a hero, and he's my role model, the hero that I always think of. And when I see how I help the vets, he's that person. When I always wear a flag on my lapel, and that's out of respect for the vets and for my dad. But he was a hardworking man, and he taught me how to work hard, and he instilled in me the work ethics that I have. My parents didn't have much money. They had a small business, and the business they had actually was ruined in the flood of '72. My mom worked the business. My dad still worked in the local factories, and they lost their savings because it was wiped out along with their home. So they lost their home and their business. Flood of '72. But it made us stronger as a family. We got together and we worked together, and we did the home over, and couldn't really do much with the business because that was devastated. There was no insurance. But hardworking and very proud. When I think of my parents, both my parents, they fought this demon called cancer, and it took both of their lives. And so when I see what they went through, I have a special place in my heart for the people that are dealing with that type of an illness. So I learned a lot from my parents, Steve, and I'm very proud to say that my dad's my hero, and my mother taught me a lot also.
I know you're involved with several community organizations and sit on the boards of directors of several others. Could you tell me if there's any projects you've worked on or experiences that you've had that you're particularly proud of or you hold dear to your heart?
Yes. All of them are dear to my heart, but one especially is the South Wilkes-Barre Residents Association. Started that organization a little over 4 years ago, and it was meant to bring the community together so that the neighbors would get to know each other. We can do community things together. And I'll give you an example. We sponsor free movies in the park, and these are family movies that are free to anyone that wants to come in. We also did free yard sales. But the things that really touch my heart are we do a special needs Christmas brunch for people that are listed as special needs or disabled. We also do a special needs Easter egg hunt. So we do both of those. And the special needs Christmas brunch will be coming up in December. And what we do is we put the word out through the different agencies, mental health, LIU, places like that. And then people register, and they bring their family members that are special needs. And it doesn't matter what age they are. They could be 55 years old if they have a developmental age of 5. Then with the help of Valley Santa, we get gifts for them based on the developmental age. They also have a wonderful brunch, a breakfast that our volunteers prepare. We have a Santa Claus that gives them their gifts. They all get a large bag of gifts. They get gifts that are actually purchased for them based on their gender and developmental age. And then also they get things like handmade quilts and different things based on their developmental age and needs. We also have a lot of the different, the Rail Riders mascot, the Penguins mascots, people like that come and they help us. We have a clown from the Shriners that comes. We have a fire engine from the local Wilkes-Barre City Police Department. We're making the day special for these people that don't have that opportunity. So now they come home and they have a nice breakfast. They have nice gifts that they take home with them, and you can actually see the smiles on their faces. And I tell my volunteers when we put the planning together, I said, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when everyone's gone, your heart's going to be so filled with this wonderful feeling that you've helped these people. And they all said that, at the end of it, they said, you were right, George. But really touches your heart. Some of the people, they have to use a grinder because they have feeding tubes and things like that, and we're providing that for them, a special day for them. And what really hits your heart is when I'll say to some of the folks, how did your child like the gift? And they'll say, well, this is the only gift they're going to get, Mr. Brown. We're putting it underneath their tree for Christmas time. That really strikes home. But last year, we had over 100 people attend. We didn't have enough room for everyone. So the people that signed up but we couldn't accommodate, I physically took their gifts to their homes because no one was not given a gift. And that made me feel great at Christmas time. I was able to drop the gifts off at their homes, and they got the same gifts that everybody else got. This year, we'll see how it goes. If it gets larger than we had last year, we'll probably look for a larger venue. But it's all based on people have to register, so we know the gender, we know the developmental age, and we also ask, is there special food requirements? Are there things that they can't do? The nice thing about the place we have it at the Furwood United Methodist Church is they have an elevator. So people in wheelchairs can actually go into the community room utilizing the elevator. It's a perfect venue, a lot of parking spots. So we do that. We do the special needs Easter egg hunt, and it's geared towards people in wheelchairs or people that have mobility problems. And they don't get the traditional candy. They get things geared more towards their developmental needs. It might be stuffed animals. It might be coloring books, all those type things that they can use rather than the traditional chocolates and things like that. They love it. And so we're going to continue that this year also. So they are sponsored by the South Wilkes-Barre Residents Association. The people that work the events are volunteers from the South Wilkes-Barre Residents Association. We also have other volunteers, the Rolling Mill Hill Residents Association, they'll help us, and other residents associations. What we tend to do as a residents associations is we help each other out. The Rolling Mill Hill Residents Association is having a trunk or treat this Sunday. We're helping them out with that. So we work together. But as far as my particular board or committee I'm on, the South Wilkes-Barre residents, because of what we evolved into over the last 4 years with the special needs, is wonderful. We also do a community cleanup. The last several years we partnered with Wilkes University, and they'll give us 50 or 60 or 100 students, and we'll go out and we'll clean Minor Park, Charles Street Park, Old River Road, River Street, all the outlying areas around South Wilkes-Barre. We will clean up utilizing the help of these students. And they're great. They have a lot of ambition, and for the first time, it might be the first time they see that part of the city. So it's a wonderful day of caring that they help us out with.